turn to veganism?
If all people turn to veganism, there will be no problem.
Okay.
As instead, most animal lives will be saved, and the animals will be able to live in their natural form originally they are supposed to live in. And even people will be more healthy, and the environment will also be promoted, since like grazing of animals which cause pollution and soil erosion will be avoided.
What about those who are dealing with animal rearing?
Yeah, abantu aba barakora ibikwatire n'ibyo kutunga nk'enyamisha nibishaho nabo kwejundura umujyo kuhinga ibihingwa. So those involved in animal rearing will resort also to crop growing and crop farming, which will also be beneficial to both the animals, we human beings, in terms of food production and saving the environment and utilizing our land, as most of the land now under animal rearing will be turned to crop growing.
What about those animals that has been under man's care?
Yeah, those animals which have been under man's care naturally can freely care for themselves.
Okay.
The environment and the ecosystems provide this nature in its natural form, and originally no animals were living in the homes of human beings.
Okay.
So enyamisha zirisha kugenda zebera habwazo tihine ziragume n'abantu nizereberera ecosystem negume ko kweli, and even that food chain will be stable in its form.
Okay. This is still 94.7 Freedom Radio. We are here at Bankosa Street. We have our guest who is teaching us, explaining to us what is veganism, why veganism is important for our living, our environment, and our society. Remember, we are also trying to protect our environment as climatic change becomes a problem. So veganism can also add something towards the saving of our environment. So tuyino mujenyi aliyo mustudio hano ngira tushobora veganism nenshi abwenshi abantu bine kubani baruga aha kurya ibinyamishwa, kurya enyama, kurya ibintu nkebyo bakagaruka habihingwa byitu byo bunyakare aho kwa ncitu yamba ubuhangazi bwitu harugamwe imibazo kuko batugambira hamwe nangwa na okurinda ubuhangwa bwitu. Now dijagumizamo hamwe ariko ngira tushobororera akandi mucweka cya kabiri areka twarwa umutungo bw'abashubuzi tujaguzoma kandi tujagumizamo hamwe noje kubona utunga no mucisha osinike buzo byawe nitija kuba nitubigarukamo. Welcome back from the short commercial break.
Thank you. Welcome. So let us see why you go vegan. Habwo nchi tushemire twe na kuba ba vegan. Habwo burungi bw'enyamisha for the good of the animals. Preventing the exploitation of animals is not only good and reasoning for becoming vegan, but for many it remains the key factor in their decision to go vegan and stay vegan. Having emotional attachments with animals may form part of that reason. While many believe that all creatures able to perceive and feel have a right to life and freedom. Specifics aside, avoiding animal products is one of the most obvious ways you can take a stand against animal cruelty and animal exploitation everywhere. So in English kubita to convert into our local language ngu abwo burungi bw'enyamisha utekereza nyamisha nk'ibintu nabyo nkitwa abantu ebyina magara. So ugezeho kureba worashasha ushashe nabyo kureba ngo nabyo jaguma byina magara byagire ese edembe umubuhangwa byaberaho je rero icyo kirisha kutuma wareka kurya nyama no kozese ibintu birarugomo umunyamisha bamazire kuzika for your health ningashi abwo burungi bw'amagara gawe. Well planned vegan diets follow health eating guidelines and contain all the nutrients that our bodies need. Tushobora nguhanuya ebihingwa bingi ibirugamo ibyo kurya byona ibyo mubiri gwituguretaga. tihine hihe kiraburamu ikituratushimiriye kuba turaronda mu kurya inyamisha n'ibindi bintu birazirugamo nkamate nk'ubwoki n'ibindi nk'ebyo so twarwe ibintu byo birarugo mu bihingwa byona ibituretaga birabirimo kandi actually even plant food can as well serve as medicine. So when you are eating plant food, at the same time you are providing yourself with medicine. So that is one way you can avoid taking a lot of medicines. Both the British Dietetic Association and the American Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics recognize that they are suitable for every age and stage of life. Some research has linked vegan diets with lower blood pressure and cholesterol and lower rates of heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, and some types of cancer. Going vegan is a great opportunity to learn more about nutrition and cooking and improve your diet. Getting your nutrients from plant foods allows more room in your diet for health promotion and promoting options like whole grains, fruit, nuts, seeds, and vegetables, which are packed full of beneficial fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Now, for the good, for the earth and the environment, Abu Burunji Gensi Yitu, from recycling our household rubbish to cycling to work, we are all aware of ways to live a greener life. One of the most effective things and individuals can do to lower their carbon footprint is to avoid all animal products. Why is meat and dairy so bad for the environment? Enyama n'ebintu birarugo mu nte nkamate n'ibindi nibibi biteya abuhangwa bwitu. The production of meat and other animal products places a heavy burden on the environment, from crops and water required to feed the animals, to the transport and other processes involved from farm to fork. The vast amount of green feed required for meat production is a significant contributor to deforestation, habitat loss, and species extinct. In Brazil alone, the equivalent of 5.6 million acres of land is used to grow soya beans for animals in Europe. This land contributes to developing world malnutrition by driving impoverished populations to grow cash crops for animal feed rather than food for themselves. On the other hand, considerable lower quantities of crops and water are required to sustain a vegan diet, making the switch to veganism one of the easiest and most enjoyable and most effective ways to reduce our impact. Atwa turashobora ngu ebintu bikwatirine ne nanka ebya ubuhangwa twareka ibyo kurya nyama n'ibintu biraruga mu binyamisha nkamate n'ubwoshi n'iki byona birereka ngo ebe bihangwa ebinyamisha kuzitunga no kuzibireberera barenda kuziyamo urushuburo mu kubiguza biratwara itaka rihango n'amani mingi go kuzisitirira kubireberera kandi itakerwo rwo birerira yamba mu kuhinga byo kurya ibirayamba especially nk'abana kugira muti barwara indwara z'abana nkazamutuku na kwashako kandi ati iyo shange abantu binja bwo kushanga ngo nezo nyamisha nitakerwo barabaricena abudira ngo abantu bahango baritwara kuri nanka nko muri Brazil barikozesa mu kutunga nyamisha zo kuyamije ibintu byo kuguza kushubura mu Europe hata abantu bakene ushange batina naho kuhinga. So for people, abo burunji bwitu nk'abantu, how is veganism good for the good of us people? Just like veganism is the sustainable option when it comes to looking after our planet, plant-based living is also a more sustainable way of feeding the human family. A plant-based diet requires only 1/3 of the land needed to support a meat and dairy diet. With rising global food and water insecurity due to a variety of environmental and socio-economic problems, there has never been a better time to adopt a more sustainable way of living. avoiding animal products is not just one of the simplest ways an individual can reduce the strain on food as well as other resources. It is the simplest way to take a stand against inefficient food systems, which disproportionately affect the poorest people all over the world. Using only plants for food is the healthiest way to live, as meat and other food made out of animals are a danger to our health. Plant foods serve as medicine as well as we have